got a hot mic. All right, welcome everybody. We're about to get underway for the third game of the regular season for the Waconia Wildcats U12A hockey team. Tonight they take on the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. So they made the trip west to come to Waconia. Waconia's coming off that big win last week against Minnetonka to put themselves up 2-0 in District 6. It's 25-26 season. So a good start. Actually getting our first look at the Wildcats home jerseys, home uniform for the new season. Interesting look. New logo, new design, new color scheme. Purple looks a little bit blue, but looks pretty sharp on ice. So we're about to get going. Brenna Senni, the Senni line starting the game with Puchner and Rayfeld on her wings. Puck drops. Rayfeld's able to come out with it from the scrum. Rayfeld applying pressure early. Keeps possession of the puck to Spring. Puck comes out of the zone. Spring's able to collect. That ends up on a Jaguar stick. Jaguars on the attack. Good back check by Senni and Bottoms. Spring's able to step into the puck lane and get possession for a second, but the Jaguars are on the attack. Jaguars wheeling and dealing. Puck to the wall. Puchner collects. Puchner looking for Rayfeld. Skips over a defender. Rayfeld has a step on the defenseman, and if white icing is waved off, she's going to win it. Reverses the play, but Jaguars are able to collect. Senni looking for Puchner. Puck's loose for a second, but Jaguars are able to get out of their zone. Defenseman Avery Derringer. One-on-one battle on the wall. Puck is back into the Wildcat zone, and Nystrom collects. Chips up to Taylor DeWolf. And that's going to be an offsides. Quick stoppage of play here early in the first period. Like we have the DeWolf line, and the coaches are keeping the lines the same. So we've got Taylor DeWolf, Alexa Jensen, and Kira Radford at forward. Jensen, ooh, a little collision, two Jaguar players. I think Alexa came through and kept her feet moving and blew right past them, but Wildcats dump into the Jaguar zone. Derringer keeps it deep. Radford collects off the wall, trying to cut to the middle. And the Jaguars are out of their zone. Like that one's going to be an icing and come back into the Bloomington end. 13-25. Oh yeah, that's kind of fun too. So jerseys are so new, most of them still have their tags on them because I think the kids forgot to rip them off. Do a quick uni check on the bench. Yep. I think the socks have tags too. Schuler squared, Miller line out for the forwards. Amelia Spring and Mia Bottoms at the blue line playing defense. Jaguars out of the zone with some speed. Amelia Spring's able to push the play wide. Jaguars chip to the middle, but Alex Schuler collects. Alex Schuler headmans it to Lucy Miller. Amelia Spring had it for a second and caught in her feet. A bit of back and forth hockey to start the game. Alex Schuler goes into the boards hard, but pops right up. Sister Ella with it, reverses behind the net. Pass to Alex Schuler. Alex looking for Lucy Miller. Spring Lucy. The Jaguars send it back into the Wildcat end. Yeah, both teams just trying to get the feel for the puck here early in the game. Puck into the zone, Rayfeld giving chase. One-on-one battle. Puchner has it. Puchner looking middle. Rayfeld has it. Rayfeld has some room in front of her. Going wide, has Puchner in the middle. Poke check. Oh, and the puck goes over the net. If that is in the net, it's like Rayfeld tried to chip it to the crease, and somehow it went over the net, hit the goalie, and just landed on the goal line.
did a little rearranging
Yeah.
to make sure it's safe.
Yeah, just stay. Don't move. Don't knock it in on yourself. Puck drops. Bloomington wins the faceoff. Nice play by Puckner on the wall. Puckner comes off the wall with a negative shot. Shot on net. Goalie makes a save. Leaves a rebound. Puck's loose. Bloomington out of their zone. Nice play by Nora Puckner. Rayfeld, good back check. Pass to Avery Derringer. Zelina Nystrom with it in her end. Zelina makes a couple nice moves. She has a lane to skate. Zelina with speed. Shot. It's the side of the net. Zelina gets her own rebound. Nystrom still with it. Rings around the wall. Looking for Senny at the point. Senny tries to clear it. Puck back to Senny. Nystrom kept that one in, and Wildcats have the Jaguars penned in their zone. Radford with pressure. Jensen coming in with speed. And Bloomington reverses behind their net. Good forecheck by Waconia. DeWolf keeps it in. DeWolf looking for options on the wall. Throws to the middle, and Jaguars collect the loose puck, and they're off to the races. Good poke check, good back check by Taylor DeWolf. Defenseman Amelia Spring collects. A couple nice toe drags. Head up, Amelia. Amelia's got speed. Defenseman loses her stick. Got a one-on-one for Jensen. Jensen throws on net. Goalie makes a save and deflects into the corner. Ooh, looks like we're going to get a penalty on Jensen. Maybe get one back on their player, but maybe a checking. Hopefully not a checking from behind. Looks like a little cross-check. Wildcats are going to go on the penalty kill, face off in the Waconia end. Yeah, these are blue and gold jerseys. I swear. I just can't see purple. They don't look bad though. They're better than previous seasons. It's the Minions ones, the yellow ones were the ones that they did? Yeah, they didn't have much. They just looked gold and black, but yeah, we couldn't hide from that one. Ella Schuler steps into the passing lane, gets a loose puck. Wildcats successful early part of this penalty kill. Minute left in the power play for Bloomington. Lucy Miller steps into play, creates a turnover, and the puck ends up back to Nystrom. Nystrom with it on the wall. Patient with it, makes a couple toe drags. He's able to get it out of the zone, and Bloomington just dumping it in. Not sure what to do with it. Miller, puck caught in her feet. Bloomington with the puck. Quick shot on net, and Addie Rosine makes a quick save. Bloomington still in the Wildcat end. Nystrom clears it from her net. Nystrom has Miller for a breakout pass if she can find her. Nystrom skating it on her own. Lex the dump, and 20 seconds left on the power play. Wildcats use the time to get a change. Rayfeld, Derringer, Senny are out. Derringer with it. Regroups in her end. Has some speed, some room in front of her. Looking for Rayfeld. Pass doesn't connect. Jaguars collect. And they're on the rush. Shot from out deep, goes high. Rayfeld picks it up in the slot. She has some space, gets a defenseman turned. With some speed, she goes wide. Defenseman makes a good play on her, but Rayfeld still has the puck. Pass to Spring. Spring with a one-timer. It's a Jaguars skate. Jaguars regroup. Bottoms with it. Bottoms off the wall to Rayfeld. The Jaguars dump it into the Wildcat end, and they'll change a couple skaters. Spring breaks out. Pass to Radford. Spring finds it again. She has Puckner on the wing. Pass behind Puckner. That one is going to make it all the way down for an icing.
That girl could have just reached.
Yeah, I think as a ref, you kind of want to get them, encourage them to take a couple more strides to that puck. Then you don't have to bend over and pick it up. And
Her stick is
Oh, yeah. Taylor DeWolf on the draw. Radford and Jensen on her wings. Nystrom and Derringer at D. DeWolf back to collect behind her net. Caught in her skates. Jaguars had a chance there quick. They could have connected. Jensen with speed. She's looking to beat this girl. Put some pressure on their defense. Make them make a bad pass. Derringer regroups in the neutral zone. Pass off the wall. Looking to find DeWolf. Can't connect. Score is 0-0. 7:20 left in the first period. Nystrom. Pass off the wall to Jensen. Jensen chips it up. Jaguars collect and they regroup. Back and forth we go. Jensen finds it in the neutral zone. Teammates get in just a half step early and we get an offsides call. Wildcats change it up and the Schuler-Miller line. Puck drops, Jaguars win it. One of those tough offsides, no tag up. You get into some of these sequences and it just doesn't feel like the game has flow, but it has been a pretty constant flow first period. Jaguars on the attack, puck in the crease. No shots find Rosine, but getting some traffic around the Waconia end. Miller with it, has some speed through the neutral zone, sidesteps a defender, cuts to the middle, backhand shot. Goalie makes a save, Lucy still with it. Jaguars break out. Noah Schuler with a good back check. Forces Bloomington to dump it into their Waconia end, going to be an icing. Wildcats changed it up. We have the Senny line coming out. Nystrom and Derringer at defense. Puck drops. Jaguars win it again. Wildcats with pressure. Stop the breakout momentarily. A one-on-one battle on the wall, but the Jaguars come out on top. Chip past the Waconia defender. Wildcats, or Jaguars with it. Driving wide. Puck stays in the Wildcat end. Kind of feeding their defense right now. Wildcats need to get control of it, get their head up, find a teammate, and get out of their zone with speed. A little flat-footed right now. Senny cuts through the hands, nice play, battle on the wall. To Rayfeld. Rayfeld looks to the middle, trying to find Puchner, but that one does come out of the Waconia end. The Jaguars transition in the neutral zone. That one's gonna hit the side of the net. Derringer gets to it first. Jaguar player makes a nice physical play. Puchner has it. Puchner chips up the wall, out of the Waconia end, has some speed. She has it, has Rayfeld in the slot, but Jaguars come out with it. Rayfeld, nice back check. Bottoms gets possession. These breakout passes seem to be finding the Bloomington defenseman more and more, but Wildcats battling on. Nystrom with it off the wall. Nice toe drag around a defender. Taking it wide, cuts to the middle, trying to get a shot on her forehand. Poke checked away. She still has possession. Puck comes out to the point. Radford hop back to defense to cover for Nystrom. Jensen with it, trying to find some space to get a shot. Puck finds DeWolf. DeWolf jumps on a loose puck. Out in the neutral zone we go. Radford with it first. DeWolf collects, has Jensen in the middle. Jensen has a chance. Oh, good stick by Bloomington. Blocks a shot. Jensen still has it. Puck out to Bottoms. Bottoms has some space. Lines up a shot. Goalie's able to glove. Wildcats finally getting a little bit of sustained action down in the Bloomington end. Just keep it down there. A few more shots. A few more scoring chances. Ella Schuler on the face-off. Puck drops. Jaguars winning them all tonight. Derringer off the wall. Shot finds Miller. Miller with the backhand. Goalie makes the first save. Goalie freezes it. Here we go, getting some momentum going. What's that? Yeah, sometimes the Wings get the coach's blessing to do a little bit of changing it up on the fly, but ooh, Bloomington with a chance. Rosine, great save. Off the rush. Addie Rosine staying solid. Looking great in the first couple games of the season. Picking that up here. Chance again for Bloomington. Rosine makes a save. Bloomington with it again, looking to find a teammate in the slot, but Miller gets the loose puck. Miller's off to the races. Chips around the Bloomington defender. Finds the puck. Shot. Goalie makes a save. Coughed up a rebound. Nobody home to collect. Loose puck into the Waconia end. Spring back to collect. Spring has some room in front of her. Good stick by Bloomington, though. Keeping it on the Wildcat back wall. Schuler in a battle on the wall. Bloomington has it behind the net. Lucy Miller reverses on the wall. Just trying to find some space in her end. Ella Schuler with it. Chips off the wall and out of the zone, and Wildcats are going to change it up, and it's going to be an icing. 2:16 left in the first period. Zeros. Wildcats changed up. Brenna Senni on the draw. Bloomington a little early on the draw here. Refs keeping them both in the circle. Nobody getting kicked out. Waconia comes out on top on that face-off. Like that. Need to string a few of those together, ladies. Bloomington with it. Past the middle. Spring steps into the loose puck. Has it driving up the middle. Has Rayfeld on her wing. Rayfeld with it. Rayfeld drives wide. Shot blocked, or pass blocked. A little mess behind the Bloomington net. Senni covering D. One-time shot. Hits a Bloomington player. Rayfeld makes a nice physical play. Separating the player from puck. Bottoms with it. Puck is back into the Wildcat end. Bottoms collects. Bottoms pass up to Radford. Bloomington has it, but Nystrom's able to step into Bloomington lane, but Bloomington's still with it. Kind of a desperate throw to the middle, but Bloomington keeping possession in the Wildcat end. Bottoms and Senni. Senni comes out with it. Senni has some room in front of her. Pass behind Radford. That one's going to find its way. No, Radford looking to win the race. Ref blows it down. No icing. Or waves it off. Derringer keeps the puck in. That one does find its way on net. 40 seconds left in the first period. Jensen trying to find a teammate out front. You can see the ladies talking. Jensen with it. Shot from a wide angle. Goalie makes a save, and that one was loose for a second, but the ref blew the whistle. We got shots at 8-3 for Waconia. So Waconia is winning the period. DeWolf on the draw. Wins the face-off to Radford. Radford back to Derringer. Derringer to Nystrom. Can't connect. Puck comes out of the zone. Nystrom with it. Nystrom dumps. Didn't look like all the Wildcats tagged up in time. I think maybe we had one player still in the zone. Maybe half step. 18.6 left in the first period. Yeah, goals can get scored quick. You never know. There's a Wolf. Nice long reach there. Kept it in momentarily, but the Jaguars are on the attack. Nystrom with it. Puck rings around the Waconia end. Nystrom keeps that one from going on net, and that's going to be the end of the first period. Waconia and Bloomington tied up at zeros after one. We're going to come back with the second period in a minute. Zeros after one, start of the second period. Refs lining them up. Puck drops, and here we go, period two. Jaguars win the draw. Regroup Miller. Puck in her feet, she keeps it past to Alex Schuler. Alex gets it poke check. Bloomington with the puck. Wildcats on the forecheck trying to keep it in Bloomington end, but Bloomington's off to the races with a 2-on-1. Mia Bottoms defending. Pass to the middle. Mia steps into it. Addie makes the save. Mia fell back. She looks good, though. Bloomington's shot goes wide, and that one almost came out of the zone, but Amelia Spring steps into that loose puck in the slot. Bloomington's shot goes wide. Somebody may have gotten a piece. Spring with it. And Bloomington getting some pressure here early in the second. Schuler able to clear. Ella Schuler collects in the Waconia end, out in the neutral zone. Jaguars regroup. Lucy Miller with it. Starting to chance in her by herself. Reverses on the wall. She's pinned up against the wall for a second, looking for a defenseman. That one's going to come out of the zone. Avery Derringer back collects. Takes a wide lane behind her net, loses the puck. A bit of pressure for an option, but she gets cut off by a Bloomington player. Bloomington with it. Derringer staying in the battle. Ella Schuler with support. Nora Puckner has it on the wall. Puck out to the Bloomington D. Shot from out deep. Hits Derringer. Ella Schuler with the puck. Pass up to sister Alex Schuler. Alex Schuler is able to chip that one out of the neutral zone and into the Waconia end, or the Bloomington end, and Puckner gets there first. Puckner, Rayfeld has it. Rayfeld passes to the point. Derringer shoots from out deep, but shot's blocked. Here comes Bloomington. Rayfeld on the back check, but Bloomington able to regroup, start the attack again. Bloomington drives wide, looks to the middle, pass. Nice save by Rosine. With traffic, has a Bloomington player on top of her. Pass through the crease, shot. Hits traffic, Nystrom with it. Nystrom pushing through. Puckner trying to support. Bloomington has it again. Shot, Rosine makes a save. Rebound, second save. Little fracas in front of the net, and Wildcats stay alive. Addie seeing those ones all the way through traffic. Waconia changes them up. 5 new skaters. Taylor DeWolf line with Bottoms and it's like Spring at D. Bottoms with it her end. DeWolf off the wall to Radford. Radford gets a poke check, but Bottoms finds the puck. Bloomington may have a chance here. Shot. Addie Rosine with the glove save. And if Addie's seeing it, she's saving it. Looking sharp here. Get the Wildcats to pick her up a little. Wolf on the draw. Puck drops. Bottoms, nice one-on-one battle. Jensen comes back to support. Jensen down low. Bloomington, shot goes wide. The Wolf with it, looking to find Radford. Bottoms fills in. Puck deep in the Wildcat zone. The Bottoms battling a couple Bloomington players. The Wolf comes in for support. The Wolf has it. Looking for a passing outlet. She elects to skate. Pass up to Radford. Nice breakout. Radford chips around a defense when Radford has a lane. Shot. Rebound. Radford gets her own rebound. Nice shot by Kira. Shot got up a little bit high and surprised the Bloomington goalie. 11:14 left in the second. Still zeros. Ella Schuler on the draw. Wins it back to Derringer. Derringer chips deep. Ooh, looks a little stick got in Alex's feet there, but she hops up. Sister Ella comes in to support. Loose puck finds Bloomington. Bloomington, nice pass to the neutral zone, but Derringer with a good play and Nysterman with support. Ella Schuler behind her net, looking for Lucy Miller. Ooh. Pass hit the side of the net. Wildcats still on their end. Bloomington can't get the shot off. Nystrom, nice play. Get position on that puck. She's pinned against the wall. Ella Schuler comes out of the mess with it and breaks out on her own, but gets it poke checked. Puck back and behind the Wildcat net. Nystrom. Physical below the Wildcat goal line tonight. Alex Schuler with it. Puck stays in the Waconia end. Nystrom back to collect. Pass up to Lucy Miller. Lucy trying to tip it past the defender. Lucy gets it again. Lucy driving wide on her backhand. Backhand shot goes wide. Looks like Bloomington defender got a piece of that shot. Ella Schuler collects the loose puck. Trying to find some time and space. Driving wide. Looks for Puckner. Puckner collects behind the net. Back to Schuler. Spring steps down, keeping it in the Bloomington end. Puckner behind the net. Puckner has Schuler in the high slot. Puckner, shot. Goalie makes a nice glove save. Great play by Nora there. Good patience finding that shooting lane. 9:18 left in the second period. Waconia and Bloomington tied zeros. Our ref reminds the Bloomington player about the mouth guard. Every time I see that, we get PTSD of the dreaded mouth guard game from, I think, 2023, where started the game with 9 skaters, and immediately within the first 5 minutes, we had 2 10-minute game misconducts for mouth guard penalties. It was a short bench that night, some unhappy kids. One of them was Reese. She said some things in the penalty box, too. Bloomington with a chance. Shot goes wide. Bottoms. Pass to Puckner. Rayfeld collects on the wall. Rayfeld met by a Bloomington defender, and Bloomington with it behind the net. Springs past to Puckner. Puckner reverses it behind the net. Senny coming in to support. Senny met by a Bloomington defender. Turning into a wrestling match on the wall. Spring and Senny battling a couple Bloomington players. Rayfeld blocks a shot. Just a lot of puck battles. Rayfeld with it. Rayfeld goes back into the mess, and it's like, ladies, quit taking it there. Bloomington with a shot from deep. Rosine makes the save. Rebound to the corner. Buchner with it. Buchner off the wall. Bloomington keeps it in the Waconia end. Bottoms goes down hard. Spring collects. Looking to ice, but comes out of the zone. Rayfeld collects. Senny can stay on side. The Wildcats with a 2-on-1. Rayfeld to Senny. Senny with it. Backhand goes wide. Wildcats with a nice chance there. Change a couple. Bloomington, they're on the attack right now. Great back check by Radford. She gets some contact, but she stopped the attack. Bloomington, shot from the high slot. Rebound. Rosine made the first save. Puckner has it. Puckner looking for Radford. Puckner bringing it up ice. Can't get it deep. Bloomington, they're able to regroup. Regroup and attack. Bloomington's pretty quick on the transition tonight. Nystrom, nice play to the middle, breaks it out on her own, looking for Radford in the neutral zone. Radford in pursuit. Jensen comes from out of nowhere. Jensen on Radford. Radford steps to the middle, but unable to find a teammate. Here goes Bloomington. Wildcats regroup in the neutral zone. Pass to DeWolf. DeWolf has Jensen in the middle. DeWolf goes wide. DeWolf on her backhand. Jensen to support Jensen on her backhand. Here comes Alex Schuler off the bench. Alex with it in Bloomington corner. Pass to Ella Schuler. Ella steps in the middle. Ella gets hooked a little bit on the hand. Derringer shot. Bloomington goalie's able to glove, make the save, and get a stoppage of play. 6:04 left in the second period, still tied up at 0. Ref sets him up. Puck drops, and Bloomington wins it. Bloomington behind their net. Miller, stick check. Schuler with it. Schuler to Miller. Miller reaches the keep in. Bloomington is off and running. Spring collects behind her net. Play on the wall. And Bloomington steps to the middle. Shot. Mia Bottoms with the block. Nice job, Mia. Puck off the wall to Lucy. Lucy with speed. That puck hits some snow on the board. Lucy shot from out wide. Goalie makes a save. Yeah, if that one didn't hit like the 3 inches of snow in front of the Wildcat bench, I think Lucy would have had a breakaway on that one. And bust this game open. Senny line out for the draw. Rayfeld with it. Pass to Nystrom at the point. Nystrom. Shot hits traffic. Nystrom gets her rebound. Rayfeld back to Nystrom. Nystrom shot deep. Goalie makes a save off the blocker. Rayfeld chips behind the net to Puckner. Ooh, Senny was head first into the boards. She's good. Jaguars driving wide. Nystrom and Rayfeld up in the middle. Past the middle shot. One-timer. Rosine with the save. So Lena has it. Finds defensive partner Avery Derringer. Pass. That's a Bloomington stick. Wildcats outnumbered 2-1 in the corner. Rosine with it. Playing tight on the wall. That one, Rosine makes another pad save. Puck still loose. Behind the net, Wildcats dodge another bullet. 4:25 left in the second period. Nystrom ices it. Just end the pressure for a second. Now Wildcats giving Bloomington a little bit too much room in their end, but still up on shots, 14-10. Good back and forth game. Teams are fighting for control, but it's a good battle, good matchup. Puck drops, Bottoms with it on the wall. Bottoms looking for Radford. DeWolf, nice collision. Both players are up and going. Covered in a lot of pads, they're good. Bloomington with a shot. Rosine playing tight on her post, makes that one look easy. Feels like the girls' game is getting a little more physical, and that's good. Seems like the refs are letting them play a little bit more too. Jensen trying to spring herself. Puck stays in the Waconia end. Spring hops up in the play. Ooh, Kira Radford. I think that one hit her skate. Wildcats playing strong on the back check. Not making it easy for Bloomington through the neutral zone, but Bloomington starting to rush, driving wide. Puck behind the Waconia net. Bottoms battling. Bottoms clears, chips out of the zone. Jensen trying to stave off an icing, and that she ain't going to make it in time, so it's a little out ahead of her. Face off back in the Waconia end. Ella Schuler on the draw. Puck drops, and here we go. Alex, nice strong play, finds Lucy Miller. Lucy looking for a lane, chips it through a defender. The speed behind the net. Oh, looking for Ella Schuler. Couldn't connect, and it's like Bloomington is not going to be an icing. Oop, that one is going to be an icing. The ladies are playing physical. A small line here, but a physical line. Looks like the ladies switch it up. Miller taking the draw. Little. We got a physical center for Bloomington. Bloomington with it. It's going to be an offsides. Yeah, sometimes if you get a taller center, a bigger center against a smaller one, I mean, they're going to play the body. It's got to be ready to kind of bob and weave.
Yeah, I was like, go back.
Lucy back on the draw. Fights through the body and comes out with it. Ooh, Ella may have a chance. Puck to the point. Bottoms. Bloomington's off to the race. Spring trying to recover. Rosine with the save. Turns away the breakaway. She stayed patient, but Bloomington still on the attack. Rosine just kind of outweighted her in the late, and she ran out of options. Breakout pass ahead of Alex Schuler. Bloomington keeping the pressure. Clear shot on net. Rosine makes the save. Amelia Spring breaks it out on her own. Drives up ice. Met by a Bloomington defender, and Wildcats attack just ending quick. Alex Schuler in the neutral zone. Pressured. Buchner on the forecheck. That one is going to be icing on Bloomington. I think if the Wildcats can strike quick here at the end of the second period, it'll help them out big time. They need some momentum here. Shots almost even, 14-13 in favor of the Wildcats. Puck drops, Senny wins it back to Nystrom. Nystrom shot, blocked. Nystrom keeps it in Bloomington end. Bloomington gets to it first, and they're able to break out. Yeah, they had a little bit of space. Wildcats weren't in on the forecheck and were able to get it out of the zone, but an offsides call results in a draw. Bloomington with it. Puck to Nystrom. Hookner on the wall. Back to collecting her end. Reverses. Puck's out of the Waconia zone. Rayfeld steps into a loose puck. Rayfeld driving wide. Has Senny in the middle. Pass to Senny. Hits traffic. Hookner with it. Just a chip to the middle. Nystrom keeps it in. Rayfeld with it. Pass back to Nystrom. Nystrom looks for Derringer. Hookner finds it. And Bloomington escapes. Bloomington steps to the middle. Rayfeld on the back check. Nystrom back to support too and stops that attack. Nystrom looking for Rayfeld on the wall for a breakout. Can't connect. And Bloomington with it again. Nystrom pass to Rayfeld. Rayfeld to Senny, and the Wildcats are out of their zone. Senny driving wide. Rayfeld peels off for a shift. Senny, no options right now. Wildcats are getting some new legs on the ice. 18 seconds left. Senny looks to the middle, has Jensen. Jensen, Radford on her backhand, cuts to the middle. Senny dumps into the Jensen back to collect behind the Bloomington net. DeWolf with a chance, shot on net, save. DeWolf, oh my God! Oh, with an open gate. Yeah, it's just, I think a defender for Bloomington got a piece of Taylor DeWolf and knocked her a little off balance and couldn't hammer it home on the open net, and still have a tie game after 2 periods. I'm going to go take some Rolaids here. I'll be right back. And the buzzer sounds, and we're about to start the 3rd period. Teams switch ends and get ready to finish this fight. Here we go, ladies. Crowds cheering their teams on. Decent turnout here for a Sunday evening game. I have a Bloomington player coming off the ice. We had a Waconia parent coming off the ice here too. I think he took advantage of the 2-for-1 special at El Loro safety meeting before the game. These are long games. Puck drops, Wildcats with it. Bloomington dumps into the Wildcats end. Bottoms. We have no penalty box attendant. He's in the bathroom. Bottoms, nice toe drag around a defender. Jensen battling on the wall. DeWolf comes in for support. Spring has it in the Waconia end. She turns to the wall. Jensen trying to chip around a defender, unable to do that, and the puck is back in the Waconia end. Mia Bottoms to collect, looking for Radford. Radford gets a stick on it, gets possession. Trying to chip out past the defender, but the puck does come out of their end. Wildcats just pushing it up the wall. Looks like a rugby match. Wildcats change. Ella Schuler with fresh legs. Loses it, gets knocked over by a Bloomington player. Bloomington shot from out deep. Rosine makes the easy glove save. think this one's going to be a battle down to the end. Now, Bloomington is actually a team made up of some Eden Prairie players too, both associations co-opt, so I think it's kind of a 50-50 split with Bloomington Eden Prairie kids. But nothing the Wildcats can't handle. Miller with it, collects in her end. Miller with speed, drives wide, turns the corner on her backhand behind the net, reverses. Bloomington reads it. Wildcats still on the attack. Avery Derringer trying to keep it in. Puck comes out of the zone. Nystrom with it. Nystrom trying to dump in, and Wildcats do tag up. Nystrom, strong play on her backhand. Shovel to Miller. Miller shot and a goal! Lucy Miller! Lucy Miller from Zoe Nystrom. Yep, Wildcats strike first. Man, it took all the way into the third period, 13-11 left, but they got the first one. Hopefully they can keep piling on. Yeah, great play by Nystrom and an awesome follow-up by Miller. Wildcats 1-0 over Bloomington. Senny on the draw. Rayfeld trying to win a 50-50. Nystrom, nice toe drag. Can't get anything off on the shot. Bloomington with it in their end. Wildcats, good forecheck. Nystrom chips it deep. Rayfeld with some pressure. Yeah, see if Rayfeld can get another one here. First game she had 3. Senny picks up the loose puck. Rayfeld with pressure. Spring with it. Spring met by a Bloomington player, 2 Bloomington players. Spring still has it. And Bloomington cuts to the middle, shot. Hits Rosine high, but she handles that. Rayfeld trying to find Bottoms, but Bloomington with it. Bloomington driving middle. Shot hits the outside of the post. Puchner on the wall. Puchner and Bottoms trying to gain possession. Bloomington with it. Defense shot from out deep. Bloomington still with it. Shot loose in the slot. Shot ricochets and doesn't find Rosine, but it's fluttering around in the Waconia end. Bottoms with it. Bottoms off the wall. Bloomington able to keep it in. Spring blocks that one from getting to Rosine, but looks like the Wildcats have some tired legs. Another shot goes wide. Rayfeld gets to it. Rayfeld doesn't get much on the clearing. Puck out to the defender again, and Wildcats stuck in their end. Puck off the wall, and that one is going to find its way out, and the Wildcats change up a couple players. The Bloomington's back after it. Good play by Nora Puchner, riding off the Bloomington forward. Spring with it. Spring looks wide. Spring on her backhand, looking for Puchner. Puchner has some ice in front of her. Bloomington gets to it first. Nora Puchner. There, Taylor DeWolf has it. Taylor looking middle. Taylor still with the puck. Bloomington's able to deflect, but yeah, looks like Nora got, broken stick. Oh, sorry, Jess and Andy. I know the feeling very well. Wildcats unable to keep possession, and Bloomington through the neutral zone. Nystrom, nice play. Bloomington still has it. Great stick lift by Zolina. She's got that Bloomington player a little upset, but Jensen chips around the defender. Jensen has Radford. Jensen still with it. Pass. Radford gets her stick lifted, but Wildcats able to keep the zone momentarily, but Bloomington gets it out. Ella Schuler back covering defense. Passes to Zolina Nystrom. Nystrom up to Jensen. Jensen tries to chip it in, but still keeps possession. Jensen looking middle. Finds a Bloomington player. And Bloomington transitions quick, and here they go. Nystrom gets a stick on it. Shot doesn't find the net. Ella Schuler behind her net. Lucy Miller coming in. Lucy Miller off the wall into the neutral zone. There goes Bloomington. Quick transition team. Ella Schuler gets body position. Comes out with the puck. Looking for Miller on the wall. And Bloomington keeps it deep in the Waconia end. Bottoms, nice play on the wall. Bottoms playing tough tonight. We need some ice after this one. Ladies are all playing hard. Waconia up 1-0, 8:55 left in the third period. Bloomington with it though has a chance. Hits a skate out front. Miller able to collect. Miller looking for Alex Schuler wide. Alex staying on the Bloomington defenseman. A lot of close quarters stick handling in this game. Miller behind her net. Pass. Bloomington intercepts. Mia Bottoms is a Bloomington player in pursuit. Lucy Miller comes down to help her defenseman. Great play. And Bloomington with it in the slot. Backhand shot. Hits traffic. Might have hit Spring. Ooh, pass out middle. Addie Rosine made the first save. Bloomington able to put in a rebound. And we got a tie game. 8:02 left in the third. A little Sally out of Bloomington there. Yeah, both teams getting plenty of chances. Shots are 17-16 in favor of Waconia, so yeah, it's going to take a couple more goals to figure this one out. Here you go, ladies. Strike back quick. Senny on the draw with Puckner and Rayfeld on her wings. Derringer at D and Nystrom at D as well. Pass to Rayfeld. Rayfeld within the neutral zone. She's driving, tries to cut middle, and that's stopped, but Wildcats able to collect in the neutral zone. Puckner reverses. Puckner hits traffic. Senny gets position on the puck, gets knocked down, but good physical play. Bloomington shot goes wide. Puck deep in the Wildcat end, but Nystrom with it. Couldn't find Puckner. Senny tries to clear the zone, but finds Bloomington instead. Rayfeld on the back check. Senny. Puckner with a race to the puck. Bloomington wins it. Good pressure by Nora. Bloomington trying to toe drag to the middle. DeWolf with a good back check. Good poke check. Mia Bottoms behind her net. It's tied up, hooked a little bit. Puckner with it on the wall. Both teams fighting possession. Shot from out deep. DeWolf gets it though, and she breaks out on her own. Taylor, nice strong stick play. Puck in the middle, but just a bit ahead of Radford. Long reach. DeWolf able to pass to Jensen. Rebound. Jensen looking middle on the backhand. Jensen still trying to find DeWolf. Pass to the slot. Finds Bloomington, and Bloomington feeling the pressure. They clear. Change up their forward. Spring to collect. Spring with speed. Keeps moving. Driving middle. Wildcats stay on side. Jensen wins the race to the puck. Looking for support, but she had 3 Jaguar players on her, but Wildcats keep it in Bloomington end. And Bloomington puck sneaks over the blue line, and here comes Bloomington. And puck in Derringer's feet. She's able to find it. Spring, defensive partner Spring with it. Wolf steps in for support. 5:30 left in the third period. See which team has more left in the tank here. Wolf has it on the wall. Puck's poke check. Derringer steps up. Derringer starting the rush on her own. Has Miller. They crisscross. Lucy Miller has it in her feet. Shot through traffic. That one went on net. Lucy Miller. Ella Schuler has it. Derringer holds the zone. And Bloomington, here they go. One player against 5 Wildcats. Hopefully the Wildcats can get possession here quick. And shot hits traffic. Bloomington with it. Late here in the third period. Score all tied up. Lucy Miller, good one-on-one battle. Lucy with it, looking for Alex Schuler. A touch up. Referee signals no ice. Alex and Ella Schuler on the forecheck. Ella, nice poke check, looking for Alex. Stick was tied up. Nora Buchner on the forecheck. And out goes Bloomington. And puck tied up on the wall. Looks like we have Zelina Nystrom and Nora Buchner trying to get possession. Puck deep in the Bloomington end. 4 minutes left in the third period. Bloomington able to clear their end, but Nystrom going for a shift. Spring, she kicks it. Puck's just kind of hung up on the blue line. It's like, what's going to happen here?
I was going to say, I feel like it was obvious when this girl was here, but the ref seems slow.
It's one of those times where it's like, yeah, it's a good time for a whistle right now. Senny, Rayfeld, and Buchner on the ice. Rayfeld comes out with it on the draw. Puck poke checked away. Senny steps up, and another offsides. .335 left in the game. Puck drops. Wildcats with it. Mia Bottoms trying to find Rayfeld. Bottoms again. Off Rayfeld's head and out of the zone. Puck off the wall. Rayfeld with it again. Rayfeld trying to step around Fender. Rayfeld with it in her feet. Gets tangled up. Bottoms keeps it in the zone. Nora Buchner with pressure. And Bloomington able to escape their end. Bottoms on the regroup. Bottoms to Buchner. Puck a little ahead of Buchner. Senny comes in. Senny trying for the dump. And Bloomington may get an ice on this call. No ice. Spring collects. Looking for Senny behind her, but that one hits a Bloomington player. Jensen with some speed wins the race. Got caught in the 3-on-1. Or 1-on-3. Jensen battling. DeWolf comes in to support. Comes Bloomington. Good skaters on this Bloomington team. And good with the puck. Jensen and Radford on the forecheck, but Bloomington in the Wildcat end. Shot from how deep goes wide. Addie Rosine having a great game. Making a lot of critical saves. Wildcats get a chance late here. Bloomington gets caught off sides. We're at the 2-minute mark. See if the teams end up using a timeout at some point. We'll reset the players. Do we? I thought we do in AAA. Summer hockey, we get timeouts. I know that. That could be it. Just making these things up in my mind. Wildcats with it. Ooh, loose puck in their zone. Nystrom. Nystrom to Jensen. Jensen. And a sidestep of Bloomington player, but Bloomington gets possession. Bloomington on the breakout. Nice play by Bottom, sinking down to keep the puck in the zone. It comes out again. DeWolf with it. DeWolf driving wide. And for support, has Miller out front. Pass Miller, finds Rayfeld. Rayfeld shot. Goalie makes a save. Oh, we got a one-on-one race here. Zelina Nystrom gets position. Still with pressure, reverses. Rayfeld with support. Back to Nystrom. Schuler saves that one from going in front of the net. Looking for Miller. Rayfeld steps into it off of her stick. Rayfeld still with it. Driving wide. Shot. Goalie able to make the save. Miller coming in. Coming in hot. Nice job, ladies. Go all the way until the whistle. Wildcats jockeying around lines a little bit. Looks like we have Ella Schuler at center with Lucy Miller and Rayfeld at wing, and Derringer and Spring at D. Face-off 1 to Miller. Miller to Derringer, and Derringer to Spring. Spring with it. Shot. Hits a defender. Bloomington for 1-on-1. 1-on-2. Shot. Nice. Oh, Rosine thought she made the save, but looks like Bloomington player's shot against across her body and went blocker side. Rosine may have got a piece. I think she got a piece of it. Wildcats down. 39 seconds left in the game. Down by a goal. Let's see what they do. Wildcats may pull the goalie here quick. Face off to Rayfeld. Bloomington able to dump it into Waconia, and Zolina Nystrom collects. Cuts to the middle, starts to break out on her own. Bloomington, nice forecheck. Rayfeld with it. Rayfeld on the wall, looks middle to Nystrom. Nystrom has it. Nystrom still has it. Shot from out deep. Bloomington goalie unable to keep that one clean, but Jensen with it. Jensen, shot from out deep. Wildcats with it. Oh! Puck was on the goal line. 9 seconds left. Shot from out deep. Doesn't connect. Still loose. Rayfeld shot. Shot goes high. That one is going to end. Wildcats, heartbreaker late. Bloomington able to get a late goal and come out ahead. Wildcats.
Sunday already. So.
Yeah, we get a quick rematch against them. We won't forget them. Yeah, back and forth game. Wildcats did win this one on shots, 22-17, but that doesn't get it done on the score sheet tonight. Great game by both teams. Wildcats fall to 2-1 on the season. A little bit of tomfoolery going on in the handshake line, but
they probably know some of those. The two front ones played for Eden Prairie, and there's probably half of Eden Prairie.
Yes, some of the Waconia kids did play for Eden Prairie last year, so
some of these girls have probably
and they play summer hockey together too, so no ill intent. All right.